Hi, I've got something you'll be interested in. Those performance upgrades we discussed after the last race. They're on the car and the data looks promising. Take a look at the details.
What's going on guys, welcome back to a brand new video. Today I'm here to bring you part 2 of my F1 2016 career mode, and at the moment you can see that we have had a new part fitted, an engine upgrade, a better ignition system which gives us 8 brake horsepower extra than we had in I believe it was Australia. Yes it was, and you can see that in Australia we finished 8th there, which was an alright result. We did get pit to the line unfortunately, so sorry for the spoiler there, but I showed it on the gameplay anyway, so I apologise for that, but that is the way some things go. But if you haven't seen that episode, then please go and check it out. It's on my channel in the playlist of my F1 2016 career mode. Please go and check it out because it is a good, it was a fantastic race. Really, I really loved it. I can't remember quite how it happened, but it was a brilliant race, and I believe now we're going to go on to practice. This is actually from something else. I recorded these at different times, the beginning of this video and practice, but nevertheless we're on to practice, and now we're on to the track acclimatization test, the final lap, and we get a perfect score with all purple sectors apart from one green sector. And now we go on to the qualifying pace, and you can see that we are up by about, I think that's about a second and well, one and a half seconds nearly, and we are coming up to the line, and we open DRS and we get a perfect score, actually going fastest in Q in FP1, and I believe we beat the lap time by 1.2, by 1.4 seconds or something like that, and then we run wide onto the track to let a man past. And look at the resource points from FP1, you can see that we got a full package of 170 resource points, which gave us 525. And now as we're going on to FP2, we're doing the tyre wear test, and you can see at the moment we've got 3 purple laps and 3 green laps, and now we come across the line to get another purple lap, and that's another perfect score for the time management. So as you can see, we've got all 175 resource points available, acing absolutely everything and getting 25 resource points from the team objectives. And now looking at the resource points that we get from FP2, we get another lot of 84 resource points, which puts our resource points up to 609. Then we go into the ladder, we go to research and development after practice 2, and we actually develop the upgrade of the chassis weight. So for the next race we'll have less, we'll have a lighter car. And now as we go to qualifying in Q3, we decide to set 1 lap, and this is the end of that lap. It's been a very nice lap. The car was doing exactly what I wanted it to do, when I wanted it to do, and as we open the DRS, come across the line, it is fastest, and that actually ends us up with pole by 9/10. So if the same thing, so that wasn't planned. I was expecting to get, I was hoping to get in practice that I was hoping for qualifying the A I would step up their game a bit. Nevertheless we got pole, and which means in rather updated Jensen Button we're absolutely smashing him, which is quite surprising. And look at the driver standings. Obviously we are going to remain at 10, so we are still exceeding the team's objectives. And now onto the race. Now we are looking at the race strategy. It looks like a 2-stop today, starting on the super softs, going on to the mediums, and then going on to the softs. And we are going with 29.8 laps of fuel and skim through the formation lap as always. We are now revving up to 5 red lights from pole position, and it's lights out and away we go. We get a fairly good, we actually get a very good start, and we actually maintain the lead. And it looks like Hamilton and Verstappen obviously didn't get the best start. They start on the soft tyres, and we come into the first corner, lock up our front right a little bit, but we do maintain the lead. And coming up to turn 3, I believe Hamilton, Verstappen are battling. Yes, they are. Verstappen is now ahead of Hamilton, but we are off into the lead. And now on lap 6, nothing really happened, and we actually pulled out a gap, and now we're coming into the pits for our first pit stop. And we changed strategy. Instead of going to the mediums in our first stop, for our second stint, we decided to go onto the soft tyres, just so we can maybe keep up with the top guys and hopefully maintain the lead. I think this will be the best strategy in the long run, and it's a 2.1 second pit stop, and it looks like we're going to rejoin in 8th place, still ahead of Nico Rosberg, and who I think we are mainly battling. And now we're going to rejoin in 9th, is it? Yeah, 9th, no, 10th place, as Gutierrez just gets us. But nevertheless, we're in 9th place, 10th place, with Carlos Sainz behind us and Esteban Gutierrez on our teammate Jensen Button just ahead of us. And then later on lap 7, we dive up the inside of Esteban Gutierrez and make the move stick, and that is us up into 9th place. And now on lap 16, we again maintain the lead, and now we're coming into the pits for our second pit stop. And this is going to be our final pit stop for the medium tyres. Hopefully we can maintain the lead. Nico Rosberg is, I believe, about 6 seconds behind, probably less than now as we're in the pits. But he also pits this lap as Lewis Hamilton's taking the lead. And on go the medium tyres, and that is a 2.9 second pit stop. So not too bad by the team. We are still ahead of Nico Rosberg, and we rejoin, I believe it is down in around 12th, no, 7th maybe, and it's P7 we rejoin in the race with Nico Rosberg ahead. And now as we go on to lap 23, we maintained the lead, and Nico Rosberg caught us, and he's been putting us under pressure for about the last 2 laps. And now on lap 24, now at the beginning of lap 24, he passes us on the straight, but we try to fight back going around the outside, and we do go around the outside, but and which gives us the inside. But then Rosberg is still there, and he actually makes slight contact there, and he breezes past us, and we again look at the inside, but that's not going to work. So we have now had to relinquish the lead to Nico Rosberg, and then on lap 25 in exactly the same place, we are now being put under pressure by Lewis Hamilton. A breeze pass through the DRS, but again we try to fight back the same way we did with Nico Rosberg. We lock up the front right, run wide, and that lets Hamilton move up into 2nd place. Unfortunately, we weren't able to fight back with him, and in lap 29, you can see now we're being put under pressure by Sebastian Vettel on the straight, for the final straight. He's actually got past us, but coming up to the final corner, we try to fight back with our tyres that are basically screaming out, and we do manage to get ahead and maintain 3rd place. On the run to the line, we now open the DRS just in case, and we do in fact cross the line in 3rd place. Would have liked to have done better in this race, but we did the best we could, and there isn't much else that we could have done in that race. But to finish 3rd was a fantastic feeling, and I also have to say, if what happens in this race, if what happened in this race happens in the next episode, then I will put the AI up to legendary, because this is sort of a master AI, and you will see that when we go to the driver standing. With race results, it should be around about any second now. And here we go, looking at the race results. Lewis Hamilton won the race ahead of Nico Rosberg, making it Mercedes 1-2. I finished in 3rd, with Sebastian Vettel in 4th, and Daniel Ricciardo in 5th. The second Ferrari, Kimi Raikkonen finished in 6th, Valtteri Bottas, his fellow countryman, finishing in 7th. Nico Rosberg finished in 8th ahead of his teammate Sergio Perez in 9th, and then it is my teammate Jensen Button who finished in 10th. And now looking at the race director, you can see Max Verstappen didn't finish the race, and you can see all master AI. And now onto the driver standings, you can see that Lewis Hamilton extends the lead over Nico Rosberg with Daniel Ricciardo in 3rd and Sebastian Vettel in 4th. I jumped up to 5th ahead of both Williams drivers, Max Verstappen and Kimi Raikkonen. My teammate Jensen Button is in 10th place. And now onto the constructors, Mercedes extend the lead by 1 point ahead of Ferrari with the Red Bull in 3rd. McLaren were in 4th ahead of Williams, Force India, Toro Rosso. And then the teams yet to got are Sauber, Manor, Renault and Haas. So now as we go onto the resource points for the race, you can see that we get pretty much a full bag of 99 resource points, which puts us up to 301. And now onto the rivalry update. We are still smashing into the buttons, but he beat us easily on the fastest lap time, which is surprising. So we're going to have and now onto the driver standings. Obviously we're still going to be seeing our objective, but we get 3 extra places. And the career score we're not really bothered about. And now we go into the laptop, and there isn't really much else to say. We are getting the chassis weight upgrade for the next race, which should put us closer to Williams. Hopefully that can be the way it progresses throughout the season. And that's basically it for this video. So if you did enjoy this video, please get a big like, comment down below what you thought, subscribe if you are new for weekly F1 content. You can follow me on Twitter at shadow_82. As always, there's a link to that down in the description, and I will see you next time.